Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today, let's do another Hypocrisy reaction to the song Adjusting the Sun. With each kind of song that I've been listening to, I've been enjoying what I'm hearing from Hypocrisy, but I haven't exactly been completely won over by this band yet. But I recognize the weight and the influence that this band has had over the death metal and melodic death metal genres, so I have to dive deeper into them and discover it's Peter Taggerton, I think is his name, because how big of an influence he's been. I started listening to the live version of the song for the reaction, and it just like quality was fucking shit. So I decided, you know what? Let's do the studio version. I don't want it to be ruined by bad quality, so I can actually hear the song. Yeah, definitely. You have to like. I remember those days when you started getting into an album and the quality wasn't on par to you because it's an older album. You really had to give it a chance and listen and dive into the music to hear the quality of music. There's been quite a lot of albums like that, especially when you find Diamonds in the Rough from the 80s that would have like one album released and that's it. But so far, I'm enjoying the sound of it and where it's and what the way it sounds. Let's keep going. Let's see how it evolves and how the song kind of keeps going. Yeah, I like that main riff and melody throughout the song. It's a nice way. I don't know. It just gives it a nice oomph to the song. So far, I like it. I like the sound. It is an older sound that you have to be a little bit more open minded to. It is a little bit older than I expected in terms of how it sounds. It's like for me listening to anything from Immortal before At the Heart of Winter. I do like those albums, but they're a little bit harder to listen to because the quality is really bad. And that tended to be the case with the bands in the 90s and the 80s who were in a really extreme metal. If you weren't Slayer or Megadeth, who had the budgets to create amazing sounding records, you had to start with something a little bit more modest. Where Hypocrisy now, from what I heard, the Chemical Horror, man, it sounds really good. And I know Taggerton himself has been producing these albums, so he obviously knows what he's doing. That was a dope transition. I like that. Religion, a money making machine. Yeah, I don't think I feel much different from that opinion myself. And I remember one of my favorite songs on this topic was Metallica's Leper Messiah and Suicidal Tendency, Send Me Your Money. I love that song because he did it with humor. He still had his critique and criticisms, but he had humor in it, where Leper Messiah was very, very serious, as this song is. Yeah, I like the transitions. This is actually quite a lot of changes for a 3 minutes, well, 4 minute song, 4.5, almost 5 minute song. There's a lot of changes going on. This is what I like. I like this. Chemical Horror was just a really groovy, great kind of a single band, single song. But this is the type of stuff I enjoy more. I just wish they had the production of the newer albums, which sounds so good. You know, that's what I was talking about. This reminds me, like the topic of this song reminds me of why I like heavy metal so much. I talked with my client who's a musician today, actually, about this very topic, and I told him I enjoyed heavy metal always because it chose to address the darker side of life. It chose to address various topics that might not be comfortable to talk about. I remember Slayer said it best, and I know I've mentioned this on the channel before, when they said there are artists that talk about the bright side of life, we talk about the dark side of life, and it's equally as important. And it's important to talk about heavy subjects. There might be a religious person who listens to the song, might not agree with the message, but might see where he's coming from. There might be a person who's an atheist and might not like the lyrics of the song. Who, you know, it's just nice to have these conversations. You have to have uncomfortable conversations all the time. Um, Whenever you're having trouble in the relationship, what if it's going to keep growing and it's going to keep getting worse if you don't have uncomfortable conversations? And that's what I always liked about classic rock and heavy metal, is that they choose to address some of these issues, even if I don't particularly might agree. Like Chemical Horror had some disagreements. I like that he addresses those issues, and he's not afraid to talk about it. It's not all go happy and go lucky kind of songs. Chunky, love it. Yeah, this was a good song. This was a good song. I like this. This is my favorite so far Hypocrisy song. I'll be looking forward to the new album too. I want to check it out. I want to see what it's all about. I gotta say, guys, I think I have a pretty good grasp of heavy metal and classic rock knowledge. Like, I think I'm pretty good. I know quite a lot, but it's overwhelming how many bands I don't know that are absolutely legendary that you guys already have introduced me to. I haven't even been doing this for a year. I'm already been introduced to so many different bands, and I'm happy for it. I'm not complaining. I want to be educated and taught more bands, because there's no way you can find out everything. Through a community, we can discover all of it together. So I really wanted to thank you guys for that one. Ghost Brigade, Hypocrisy, Bellacore, Epica, which I should have been on earlier because of my friend who introduced me to it. But, you know, better late than never. Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed this reaction. Keep it metal. Stay safe out there. And if you enjoy these kinds of reactions, subscribe down below, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Let's have a conversation together. That's the whole point of it. Let's have some conversations. Let's talk about it. Take care, guys.